Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a great day. It is the end of February already. Can't believe it's already the end of the month, but here we are. The end of the month means it's time to discuss some empties from the previous month. So in today's video, I want to take you guys through my home fragrance empties from February 2025. So these are all of the candles and wax melts that I used over the course of the past month. This video just kind of allows me to give you guys some final thoughts on a lot of these candles. Most of them I burned from start to finish, but a number of them I also burned maybe either a third or half of the way, or sometimes even further down. And then that candle might spend a little bit of time in one of my candle crocks. I honestly have not been actively using my lamps over the last several weeks. I might get more into lamping here as we get a little further along into the spring, but yeah, this is basically just an opportunity for me to give you guys some final thoughts on all of these candles. So we're gonna dig in. As always, check out the description box. I'll put links to where you can purchase any of these candles. I will also link my candle crock and candle lamp 101 video, because I know there are some of you who are newer to my channel. You might not be familiar with crocks and lamps. You might not know which ones to select. So I have a video that kind of helps you go through that. I also link some crocks and lamps that I've personally used that I think are fantastic quality in the description box. There's there's a ton of information down there. Feel free to check it out if you are interested. But without further ado, I'm just gonna start grabbing some candles and I'm gonna give you guys some final thoughts. So let's dig in. As always, please let me know what you finished over the course of the last month in the comments down below. Maybe let me know what your favorite candle was that you finished in February, and maybe also let me know maybe what your least favorite was, if you had a least favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with this one right here. I actually just finished the sister to this fragrance about a day or two ago. It's downstairs because it's gonna be a part of the weekly home fragrance roundup. But it is the HomeWorx limoncello cupcake and raspberry fragrance. I did finish that just a couple days ago here, but I wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about it this coming weekend. So anyway, it is done, but it's downstairs. This is the toasted coconut. Again, HomeWorx came out with this whole like limoncello cupcake blends collection, if you will. So the toasted coconut was one, the raspberry was one. There is a black currant that's available in a set of 2 from QVC. There is also there was a Bing Cherry. The Bing Cherry duo, I believe, sold out over at QVC. I think you can actually get the toasted coconut in a set of 2 from QVC, but the raspberry still seems to be a Slatkin & Co. website exclusive. So that's where you can find that one. But again, I'll have it linked down below where you can find these candles. But yeah, this specifically the toasted coconut, I really love this one, you guys. That combination of that like nutty, toasted, tropical coconut note with that vibrant, delicious, very lemon heavy cupcake scent is an excellent combination, you guys. This was delicious and it burned like a champ. The wick clips did their job here and extinguished the candle. There is still, I will say, this is one of those where there's still, like there's a decent chunk of wax still at the bottom despite the wick clips, you know, having done their job here. But when it comes to candles like this, I typically don't pop these underneath a lamp. Like I just assume, you know, I finished this candle. So this is one that I will definitely, this was a PR item just so you guys are aware. This is one that I will definitely be repurchasing at some point this summer. One, I'm a huge fan of coconut anything, so this was right up my alley here. But 2, it was just a really lovely summertime fragrance. So delicious. You You guys know how I feel about my gourmands. I still stand by the fact that as of right now, I think HomeWorx does some of the very best gourmands that are out there. And I think deciding to take this limoncello cupcake base fragrance and add different notes to it was a really good idea on their part. I've suggested something kind of similar to Kringle as well, because I would love to see them do a macaron collection. I just think that sounds incredible. But we haven't seen that yet. So if any other candle company wants to take the macaron collection on, you do it. I'll buy it. I'm really excited about macaron anything. So, well, just anything edible. But let's keep going. This here was a candle that I burned to probably just about the halfway point. This is Purple Majesty. This was a part of one of the recent reserve launches. After I burned it to the halfway point, yeah, actually I can tell here because the wicks are still stuck in the bottom. It was right to here. So a little less than halfway actually. I popped this into my candle crock because I just thought maybe the fragrance will intensify or change a little bit. I actually like the Purple Majesty just kind of on its own, but sometimes putting candles in crocks or warming them underneath lamps can change the fragrance a little bit. So I just got a little bit curious and wanted to play around with this one. One thing I will say is that it seemed that the fragrance oils dissipated pretty quickly. I mean, I was definitely past the halfway point with the candle, so that's not entirely surprising, but sometimes my Kringles can go for a long time, even after I've burned them a significant amount of time in the candle crock. So the oils seem to fade pretty quickly in this one. But all that being said, if you are a fan of florals, you might want to check this one out. I thought it was really interesting. Whew, and I all of a sudden am having a major flash of nausea. Where is that coming from? No, I'm not pregnant. In fact, I'm on hormone replacement therapy, so whew. Sorry about that little interruption there. I just had a little bout of nausea. Not nearly as bad as I used to have bouts of nausea. I have been on hormone replacement therapy now for actually almost exactly 3 months. You guys, I have never, well, I won't say I've never felt better, but this is the first time in a long time that I have felt quite as good as I do. The vast majority of my perimenopause symptoms are like almost gone at this point, but the nausea is the one that still once every like 3 weeks will pop up. So it's just a thing, I guess. It's the one thing my body's not gonna let go of. So, but anyway, if you are struggling with your hormones and you are a woman who is in her 40s or 50s, go talk to your doctor. You don't have to live with your body being an absolute like roller coaster of crazy symptoms. Like you can fix all that. It's glorious. Anyway, back to what we're discussing in this video, which is not my hormones, but candles. Let's keep going. We have this one right here, which is the holiest of grails for me. This is Kringle Reserve Jelly Donut. This particular one, which I burned to the ground here, this particular one was so oddly potent that I literally, there were times when I would have to blow it out. Like it got to be so strong that I was like, it's too much. And I never thought I would be that way about, especially Jelly Donut. What was the pour date? Well, this looks to be a 2024 pour date. So, yeah, I don't know. But man, this sucker was potent. So anyway, I have several backups of the 2 wicks that I'm gonna try to get through before I light up my backups of the 4 wicks that I also have of Jelly Donut. That's how much I love this fragrance. I adore this. It is so absolutely beautiful and delicious, and it's always been a great performer for me. But this one was almost like borderline, a little too much. It's good though. It's a good one. I love it. Oh, red velvet. How I love red velvet. You guys, this candle right here is gonna go in my like top 5 for 2025 when it comes to Kringle. I adore this fragrance. I don't think I've ever smelled a more authentic red velvet. It's so rich. It's just so spot on. The strength and the throw are amazing. I would love for this to come out, however, in a 4-wick. I just think this one in a 4-wick format. One, this picture, love the picture. But if I could just have like an absolute powerhouse in this, which is what I think the 4-wick would be, I would take it in a heartbeat. So we're seeing a lot more of the Reserve fragrances popping up, and I guess depending on maybe how this one's sold in the 2-wick format, they're gonna kind of decide whether to bring it over to the 4-wick or not. So I don't know, but my fingers are crossed. I adore this one. And while I'm at it, Bittersweet from the same collection, just as lovely. The Bittersweet was a really beautiful, deep, rich, dark, fudgy type of chocolate, whereas the Red Velvet smells like red velvet cake. This just pure chocolate through and through. And like I said, dark, dark chocolate. These just were absolutely perfect. I am not quite done with the strawberry and Prosecco. That was a part of the same collection. I'll probably finish that candle here within the next week or so. I've started burning that one a little bit more aggressively. I've been burning that alongside the 2 Sniff Valentine's candles, and that has been an amazing trio. I've done that multiple times downstairs now over the course of the last couple of weeks, and I really like that particular trio of candles, like I said. But yeah, those 3 candles from this particular launch from the Reserve line were some of my favorites so far this year already. Absolutely incredible. Would definitely encourage you to check them out, especially if you like chocolate scents. They burned incredibly well. The strength and flavor is really delightful. Absolutely worth checking out. So Dalgona is a classic. Now this is one where I burned this one almost completely to the end. I had about this much left, but the last little bit of it, I decided to pop into my candle crock. This smelled really good in the crock. It's almost like when I melted all of the wax, the coffee became a little bit more potent in this particular fragrance. It took away a little bit of the creaminess that you get from the Dalgona when you're burning it, but it was just a great coffee fragrance. So I really, really like this one. This is probably second or third. I'm gonna say second, but this could be my third candle just with this particular fragrance. It's really, really good. So if you like Dalgona coffee, you should check that out. It's delightful. All right, there are now some other candle brands here, so I'm gonna start grabbing some of those. I have 2 here from Bath & Body Works. These were, do you guys remember when they did these mason jars? What year was this? 2014, does that sound right? So these 1-wick mason jars, this is Raspberry Peach Macaron, which, man, if you have been with my channel for a while, especially if you were around during this era, I bought like probably 75 Raspberry Peach Macaron candles, and that's not an exaggeration. It took me a very long time to get through them, to sell them, to give them away, to melt them, and I still have, I think, 4 of these mason jars left. I went ham. I never really understood why they didn't come back with this fragrance much more aggressively. It did come back one time a few years later and then kind of disappeared again. So I think Bath & Body Works should bring this one back. Although if you're looking for a replacement that is, I would say almost even better, check out the Sniff Guilty Pleasure fragrance. Oh, it's so good. I need a 4-wick of the Guilty Pleasure, and I will be getting the 4-wick of the Guilty Pleasure. Voluspa. This is Voluspa Laguna. This is a beautiful floral beachy scent. It is delightful. I loved it. I like to try my Voluspa candles in this tin format, just because it gives me a pretty good sense of what I can expect from their larger format candles. Now, these do go pretty quickly, obviously not super deep here, right? So these don't last a super long amount of time, but they do give me maybe the most accurate representation of what I can get with a larger format candle, because you've got a bigger wax pool here, you know, more wicks to light things up, all that jazz. So I really like these. I don't remember the price point of these tins, probably around like $24 or $29 somewhere. I think right around like under 30 bucks. So not terrible, but definitely more than what most people are probably willing to spend for candles. So I don't know, Voluspa is one of those candle brands that I know, like I said, a lot of people are not willing to splurge on. But since I've started getting into them, like I have loved so many of their fragrances. The burn is just absolutely beautiful. These guys use a coconut wax blend, and the fragrances are just so sophisticated. The vessels are beautiful. Like they're totally worth the splurge for me. I get it that they're not for other people, but if you are someone who really likes trying new brands and you've never really dug into Voluspa, you should definitely check them out. This Laguna scent, like I said, is really a lovely beachy floral. So definitely worth checking out in terms of my recommendations. If you are a Voluspa fan, let me know what some of your favorites are in the comments down below. I think they're beautiful. If you need a suggestion for a great beachy scent, maybe that doesn't have a lot of floraliness to it, try their California Summers. Oh, it's so good. I bought a hearth size of that California Summers, and the first time that I tried it was in one of their tiny tins. I'm talking one of their sample tins, not even one of their like regular, you know, like 1 wick tins that you can get at Sephora in those trios that they sell there. I'm talking one of their tiny samples. I fell in love with it and immediately bought like the $225 hearth size. Like it's that good. You're gonna be seeing that candle a lot this summer, so get used to it. Sad. Okay, this is my second to last Henry Bendel Vanilla Bean. Not a whole lot to say about this one. You can't get these anymore. For a little while there, it looked like maybe the Henry Bendel candles were coming back. Like they were showing up at some Bath and Body Works, I believe, test stores. And then like nothing, like they just kind of seemed to go away again. So are they coming back or not? If you're a Bath and Body Works insider, if you know the Bath and Body Works deets, let me know. I would love to know. Is this coming back? I love Vanilla Bean. If I could just find another fragrance that was a dupe of that, it would make my year. If you have an exact dupe, let me know. All right. Speaking of Bath and Body Works, here is Warm Vanilla Sugar, which I burned all the way down. But you guys, this was so light. This has a pour date of, it's recent. Yeah, 2024. I bought this towards the end of 2024. So it's not like this has been sitting in my closet for years on end. It shouldn't be unscented for that reason. But yeah, the strength and throw of this was like maybe a 5, like if I'm being generous, I would say. If I'm being honest, probably a 4. A 4 in terms of strength and throw. That's not normal for Bath and Body Works. Even, you know, with the subpar burn from time to time, typically I still get a decent strength and throw. A little bit lighter than it has been, but still decent. This was so light. What a letdown. And then this one, I decided to melt the last little tiny bit here. This is the Into the Night. I love Into the Night. This is basically Dark Kiss, but a little bit revamped, a little bit more sophisticated, maybe a little deeper, a little darker. But essentially the base, I think, is Dark Kiss for this. It's kind of a raspberry base, perfumey, really well, let's talk about the notes. Sugared raspberry, velvet rose petals, shimmering amber, creamy musk. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful perfumey scent. It's still available, so if you want to get it, I think it might be an online exclusive. Although I think I actually saw some of these at my store several weeks ago, so I don't know. Sometimes I see online exclusive with that one, and sometimes it's in my store, so I don't know. What are they doing? Okay, do you remember the Acquiesce era here on YouTube when we all rushed to our local Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx to stock up on all of the Aqueous candles. This candle company is still around, and you can actually still get this candle right here. This is their Boardwalk fragrance, which honestly, mine, this was unscented. I didn't even bother burning this. I decided to just automatically put it in a candle crock, and even in the candle crock, you can see the wick disappeared into the wax there. Yeah, like I smell nothing. I had this candle for years and years, and it was basically just a really pretty bathroom candle that I never lit. Had it in the guest bathroom here. Didn't have a lid on it, so it just was basically, I don't know, leaching the oils out over the years. I don't know what happened, but this was pretty much scentless. So burn your candles before they get to that point is the moral of the story there. My very first ever Better World Fragrance House empties, and it is Williamsburg Sleepover. I have fallen in love with these candles. This is Drake's candle brand, and dare I say that while I don't always love Drake's music, he's fine, he's a fine artist. I think he excels much more in the candle making department, according to my opinion here. This fragrance is absolutely stunning. I do have an in-depth review of it. I'll link it in the description box down below. These candles are worth it, you guys. I know they're $48. I know they're 10 ounces. I know they only have one wick, but this burned forever. I was burning this for, it seems like, hours and hours and hours and hours. I don't remember what the actual like burn time is. I don't even remember what the suggested burn time is. It doesn't say on the bottom here. No, it doesn't have that information, but essentially I had this going for weeks, and I burned it very regularly. I burned it for 4, 5, 6 hours at a time, and it was flawless each and every time. That wax is still creamy white at the bottom there, and it's lovely. These are also really nice, thick jars. You could probably reuse these as drinking cups. Should I? They're kind of pretty, aren't they? I mean, obviously I wish I could get that off, but I do really like these jars. Very nice. Listen, if you are open to investing in these candles, they're fabulous. Would recommend. All right, I'm gonna grab, my unicorn poop, my beloved unicorn poop. So this one started and ended its life in one of my candle crocks. Actually, this was downstairs in our laundry room. This is essentially Aqualina Pink Sugar. I don't know if this is still available on the Kringle website. If it is, if you are a fan of sweet, super feminine, girly, cotton candy type fragrances, you should definitely have this in your life. So definitely worth picking up by my suggestion. But yeah, it is intensely sweet. So if you think you might find this one cloying, the likelihood is that it will be cloying for you. So don't get it. But if you like that super feminine Pink Sugar by Aqualina type of vibe, this is gonna be right up your alley. I love that candle, and I bought probably at least 6 or 7 of those. They are so good. Let's keep going. We have Warm Cotton, again from Kringle here. This is a candle that I had burned, I think in 2021 at some point, and then put away. Like I reviewed it and then I never finished it. So I decided to pop it into the candle crock that was in the laundry room for a few days. There wasn't a whole lot of wax left in here, but when it was all done, I did pour out the rest of the wax so that I could add it to my fire starters. If you are wondering where the wax goes when I melt my candles, like with these guys here, I make fire starters for the outdoor fireplace that we have in our backyard. So there's a video about that. You can check it out. If you don't have a fireplace, I don't know what you could reuse your wax for, but I'm sure there's something creative. I have made patio candles in the past. I think there might be a video. I actually think there's a video about my patio candles down below as well. So yeah, there's things that you can do obviously with your leftover wax. My preferred use is just making fire starters. That works for me. All right, let's keep going with some more candles. This is Cutie Pie by HomeWorx. Finished this one. I really like this scent. It's kind of a mix of a gourmand and a rose. I really enjoyed this one. I would repurchase it. I thought it was delicious, but I think actually I like Be Mine even a little bit better. This I really thought was a dupe of the Vanilla Currant Biscotti, which I also thought had been repackaged at Raspberry Linzer Cookie at one point, Raspberry Coconut Snowball at one point. Like, it's just kind of, it seems like the same fragrance but slightly tweaked over and over again. I'm okay with that because I like the Vanilla Currant Biscotti and I like the Raspberry Linzer and, you know, all those other dupes as well. But yeah, this is yummy. It's a delicious gourmand. I enjoyed it and it burned like a champ. No issues, no sooting, no discoloration. Good stuff. Like, burned great. No complaints. I liked it a lot. I just think it smells like something that's already been out. So this is Darkest Night. This one I burned pretty much mostly to the end. A little bit of it ended in one of my candle crocks. This is kind of a soapy, with a slight touch of spice, but mostly like a soapy clean type scent to my nose. This is one that I had in my collection for a really long time and just never got around to burning and reviewing, and finally decided to do that, and it's actually a great scent. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed that one. Would repurchase in the future. I finished this Guilt Pomander and Hinoki, again from Voluspa. So this one burned almost all the way down. There was a little tiny bit left in the bottom that I decided to go ahead and melt in the candle crock, actually in this room over here. This particular fragrance, gosh, I can barely smell it now. It's so funny because it's normally so potent. The Hinoki that's in here is a very interesting, like woody note. It's oddly sweet. Sometimes I really like the smell of Hinoki, and other times I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. So, but now that I have finally finished this candle, and it has taken me several years to finish this one because I would really only burn it around the holidays. When did I, this is a 2022. Sorry, I just noticed that little number on the bottom here. So yeah, this looks to be a 2022, which would make sense. I think that I bought this back then around the holidays and burned it for the first time. So yeah, just because I only really thought of it as a holiday scent at the time, I never really got it out during other points of the year. But now that I've finished it, whereas before I would have probably said it's a one and done, I might actually get this one again. It really started growing on me, especially when I had it in here and I was smelling it constantly. That was, I think that was a good thing for me to do, to just enjoy the last little bit of that wax by melting it. I think I want that again, but probably for the holiday season. All right, there are several of these. Why is this in here? There's still cubes in here. What is happening? Are there more of those? There could be. We'll look for them later. All right, we have a bunch of these. These were from the Slatkin & Co. and Elton John collab advent calendar. There we go. So I was actually gifted the advent calendar. I also purchased several of the items from that particular collection. Being an Elton John fan, that one was like, was not gonna let that slip by. But yeah, the advent calendar was a great way to try a lot of the fragrances, and I really enjoy these. I've never really gotten one of the advent calendars in the past from HomeWorx, but getting this one sent to me kind of made me think that in the future, if more of this type of stuff comes out, I think I might go ahead and try it. Like, these are great just to have on hand as like little votives and stuff. They're wonderful in a bathroom. Are these house fillers by any stretch of the imagination? No, they're not. But they do fill a small powder room pretty nicely. So yeah, I really like these. So Tangerine Palazzo, which I did buy the big one of. By the way, that should also actually be up here because I just finished it, but it's downstairs. I finished that luxe size of the Tangerine Palazzo. I finished that whole thing already, you guys. It was so good. I'll talk more about it Saturday, but this is Woodside Holiday Traditions. This is the cinnamon cashmere. This is one of the ones where I was like, yeah, I don't like that. Could definitely do without that. This is the English Rose and Ivy. This one's actually nice. Very sweet rose and a definite like green note in this as well, but really, really pleasant. And then the Woodside Fir. This one was nice. I enjoyed this one. It was nice, but not one that I would probably get a full size of. But anyway, I've got a few more of those left, and I'm just kind of looking to finish them up. What are we at on time? Oh, we're doing really good today. We're doing good. Okay, this is my 4-wick Sniff Creme Couture, which I purchased well over a year ago, I feel like at this point. Took me a while to finish this one. The last little bit I did warm underneath my candle lamp. I could have finished burning it. It was burning just fine. But I decided to go ahead and melt it. And oh my gosh, it was really good underneath the lamp, you guys. This is somewhat similar to Kringle's Jelly Donut. They're not exact dupes of each other, but it's a very sweet, like raspberry jammy type scent. And then you've got like a slight like gourmand type note in there as well. Not quite, I would say, a donut, but a very like edible fragrance all around. Again, if you like Kringle's Jelly Donut, I think you're really gonna like this particular fragrance. So yeah, definitely enjoyed that and will repurchase it in the future. This is the Two Sprouts Candle Company Manifest It birthday cake fragrance. I reviewed one candle from this company. They actually reached out to me and asked if I might be interested in featuring one of their candles here on my channel. I went ahead and took a look at the website. I really liked everything that I saw on there. I think the website could do a little bit of tweaking to maybe make it easier to kind of follow, but I really like my experience with this candle. She uses soy wax. It's just a woman that runs it. She's actually a mother of 2 and just seems like a lovely human being, and she makes great candles. So if you're interested, I'll have the information for Two Sprouts in the comments down below. I will be trying more from her at a later point this year. You guys seemed interested in seeing some more from this company, so I will circle back around and we'll try a couple more things from her. But I really did like my first experience here. I will say she used glitter in this one, so there's a lot of glitter sticking to the side of the jar, but the overall burn was really, really good. So I was really impressed by that. Ooh, we have a State Library. I don't think I really like this one either, so that's a pass. Now, the Jam and Jubilee, I need to take that downstairs. The rest of what's in here is almost exclusively scentsy, with the exception of these 2 things right here. So this is a Country Candle Sweet Stuff. This is very similar to the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62 fragrance. Has this camera been focusing? Has the camera been focusing? Probably not. That's exciting. Well, I'm not refilming this, so anyway, this is a really great dupe of the Cheirosa 62 fragrance from Sol de Janeiro, like I said. However, Kringle never did bring this back out again. My great hope is that the last ever run of Country Candle is the spring lineup that is coming up here shortly. I will be giving you guys a first sniff impressions, so that is to come. But yeah, this is one of those that I hope makes the jump from the old Country Candle lineup into the Kringle classic jar format, as in these style of jars right here. Because this scent is absolutely heavenly. If you want an alternative immediately, Capri Glow from Yankee Candle, also very similar. So hold on, the camera's gonna cut me off here in a second, so hold on, we're gonna come right back. And we're back. Okay, this is the Pharmacist's Daughter Cutie Pie. This was a mix of rainbow sherbet, fruity pebbles, and marshmallow fluff. I do have a random cardboard box of some vendor wax. So every once in a while I will go in there and grab a few things just to, you know, incorporate in with my scentsy. But I am not one of those people that is really super fond of vendor wax. Typically, a lot of those companies tend to do these releases where you kind of have to clamor to get what you want. I don't particularly like that style of shopping. Not every single company does it like that, obviously, but a lot of them do. But my main beef is that with what I have tried in terms of vendor wax, it typically lasts a day for me. And then by the time that the next day rolls around and I turn my warmers on again, I typically can't smell anything in the wax, or it has faded to the point where it's just like I want to change it out. I personally still find that with Scentsy, I can get a few days out of 2 of my wax melts. Because typically what I'll do is I'll put 2 of these cubes into my warmers, sometimes 3, but usually I try to stick to 2. And like I said, usually easily 2-3 days. But yeah, I don't like changing my wax every single day. So that's mostly why I stick with Scentsy, is I feel like I don't have to do it quite as often. And no, I did not ever purchase the liners for my Scentsy warmers. I still would like to do that. I have them in my Amazon cart, and every single time that I've gone to place an Amazon order, I have put them, like, I've basically just moved them to my loves list. I don't know why I can't commit to bringing these stupid silicone cups home, but I will get them at some point. We'll let you know how that goes. But anyway, let's keep going with these bars here. This is Luck of the Rainbow, and this was very lemony, very fresh, very bright, very vibrant, a really lovely fragrance. And I think there's actually probably 2 of these in here, so we'll come across another one. This is Summer Sippin'. Summer Sippin' was a part of the recent Scentsy Bring Back My Bar. I like this one. Yeah, I liked it. I don't think, it's not one that was club worthy for me. It's fruity, it's fun, but also not anything like crazy special. Would I vote for it again if it ever circles back around for voting? I think I might. Maybe it would get 1 vote. All right, Almond Croissant. If Almond Croissant ever came back for Bring Back My Bar voting, it would get all of my votes. So if it was, you know, in there with Summer Sippin', sorry Summer Sippin', you get nothing. Almond Croissant gets all of my votes. I am one of those people that absolutely adores this fragrance. Some of you guys don't, and that's okay. More for me. More for me if it ever comes back. I do have 2 of them in my club, but it's not nearly enough. It's not enough. All right, here is that second Luck of the Rainbow. This is Wide Open Spaces. Now, this is one that actually my bestie Lisa sent to me. I did not purchase this when it was first released, even though she said, you should get this. It smells like one of our favorite perfumes. And now, for the life of me, what is the name? It's Brown Girl Jane Casablanca. This smells exactly like Brown Girl Jane Casablanca. Have you smelled it? If you have, you know it's amazing. Not that I should really be encouraging this, because I don't think this is available at all right now. But if this happens to come back around for some Bring Back My Bar voting, Wide Open Spaces, keep a little mental note there. I think Lisa did put this in her club. I want to say she did. Maybe if she's doing one of her flash sales, maybe I can, if she's willing to sacrifice one, I'll totally buy it off of her. All right, Yuzu Dragon. I think there might be 2 Yuzu Dragons in here. This was also part of Bring Back My Bar. I really like this. This is a nice citrus. You really smell that yuzu in here. Yuzu is a very interesting citrus note. Like, it's very distinct. It's hard to kind of put into words why it's distinct. It just has its very own, like, you know how grapefruit smells like grapefruit? Yuzu smells like yuzu. It's a dumb thing to say, but it's really true. It smells exactly like yuzu. This is so fresh and vibrant. This is a really happy fragrance. I really like this one. I would absolutely purchase this again in the future. There's gonna be 2 of these in here. The Fruit and Hazelnut Waffle Delight from the Scentsy Disney collection. This was the Signature Treats collection. I actually think this smells a little bit more like pumpkin pecan waffles, or maybe pumpkin pecan waffles with a little bit of a berry note, or Also, berry pumpkin waffles from HomeWorx pops into my mind. Both are kind of similar to this. Really yummy, good gourmand base with some fruit added. It's delicious. I love this. It's really good. Berry tart. Berry tart was yummy. Smelled a little bit like mulberries, but it was good. I did enjoy this one. Not that I would, you know, clamor to like have it come back around anytime soon, but it was a good one. Here is that second fruit and hazelnut waffle delight. Whipped frosting. I put this in my club before like having ever tried it and waited several months for it to finally get to me for the first time. I put 4 of these in my club because Lisa told me that if I didn't, I would be very sad about it. And Lisa was very correct. She usually always is. This is delicious. I love whipped frosting. I don't love it more. Let's see. I don't want to say that. Okay, this is happy birthday. We also have a happy birthday in here. No, I don't love it more than happy birthday. They are a little different, similar, but different. But I think the authenticity of the happy birthday just will always get me in terms of it smelling like funfetti birthday cake to my nose. And this whipped frosting is definitely just a solid whipped frosting. It is delightful. I am not taking it out of my club. Now I may scale back the number. I think if I had 2 in my club, that would probably be okay. So we'll see. We'll see. But at the very least, I will always have at least a couple of the whipped frosting because it is a good one to blend with other fragrances. I will definitely say that. Here is another summer sippin'. Here is another berry tart. I didn't like this at all. This I thought was actually borderline gross. The orange dreamsicle. Something about this just smells really funky and off to me, and I don't know what it is. It's not super juicy. It's not super sweet. I just don't think this is the type of orange that I was really expecting here. I was expecting a very sweet, very juicy, very just vibrant orange, and then maybe like a vanilla cream or something running throughout it. But I don't know. It kind of smells like dirty orange. Old orange, slightly moldy orange. I don't know. It's just not a good orange. But, you know, that's fine. Not everything has to be amazing. Here's another happy birthday. Here's another happy birthday. I have 7 bars of happy birthday in my club. That is how much I love happy birthday. Sorry, had to take a little phone call there, but the very last fragrance that I want to mention from Scentsy here is Posy Peach. This was also a part of the recent Bring Back My Bar, and I was almost tempted to add this one to my club, but I opted not to. I feel like Scentsy usually comes out with a couple of really great peach fragrances during the summer, so I'm gonna hold off and see what they come out with for this summer. There's bound to be some special collections, and my hope is that maybe I can get some more peach scents in there. But this is a very nice, like fuzzy white peach, like a very edible sweet white peach. But add maybe just a touch of perfuminess right at the end. I really, really like this one. I do have, I think 1 or 2 backups of this still. So I will wait to enjoy those until we get a little bit closer to summer. But yeah, I really, really like this one. And I can't wait to see what else we see from Scentsy this year in terms of peach scents. But yeah, you guys, that is everything. I feel like that's a pretty good amount of candles here to get through. So I look forward to another really successful month of burning and melting in March. In the comments down below, let me know some of the things that you finished this month. Maybe let me know what some of your faves were or some of your least faves. I always like seeing what you guys are up to in terms of home fragrance as well. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my beauty empties if you're interested. Give this video a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.